Oh yeah, here we go. Lovers of anime, you are so not ready for today's video, as today I am going to be talking about the greatest thing mankind has ever created since underwear. The very thing that has the power to stop even a world war, and that can single-handedly unite every anime fan out there. And what is it that I'm talking about here exactly? It's ecchi anime, of course! Or in other words, Christian hentai, if you will. And not just one, I am going to tell you about the top 10 best underrated ecchi anime that are out there. So without further delay, let's just dive right into this masterpiece of a video. So to start off our list here, we have My Life as Inukai-san's Dog, also known as The Show from Hell. I mean, come on here. There is absolutely no way that this is a work of an ordinary man. Either this is the work of the devil or a punishment from God. This show has everything we humans are not meant to see. And for those wondering about what this story of a masterpiece beholds, let me put it as short as possible for you here. So one day out of nowhere, the main character gets transformed into a dog. And the said dog is adopted by his high school crush. I mean, hey, we're already off to a pretty decent start, not gonna lie. I mean, if I was a dog, I would want to be adopted by my crush. But anyways, she names him Pochita. I wonder where I heard that name before. And then they live together. And what happens next? Oh boy. You can't imagine that in your wildest of dreams. I can't even say any of those if I want to keep this video from getting demonetized. But jokes aside, apart from this bizarre concept, the show is pretty enjoyable at sometimes. One of the reasons is the execution of its jokes. And some of them are just so weird and awkward that you will probably laugh because of disbelief of what just happened. Don't believe me? Well, go check it out for yourself. And coming up next at number 9 for our next masterpiece, we have Ulysses, Jeanne d'Arc, and the Alchemist Knight. Oh, that was a bit of a mouthful, not gonna lie. The story of a French dude who is somehow a prince, and not just that, he is also an alchemist. Damn, if only I had been crazy like that. But the dude's family loses in the war and he almost loses everything. Ugh, bro, you can keep your luck to yourself here. But anyways, after that, he finds and meets a mysterious village with a mysterious girl. And now that that's over, how is this show in general? Well, the answer is Ulysses. Yeah, I'm not saying that crap again. Now, if I have to be honest, I kind of like the show. Call me trash if you want, I don't care. To me, the feeling the show provides, the characters, well, most of them, and all the alchemy stuff, I liked them all. And that's why I want you guys to check this show out as well. And let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed it. After that brings us to our number 8 spot. We have Sister's Log, Moyako's never-ending monologue. For fuck's sake, can these names ever get shorter? Anyways, here there are 2 siblings. The younger brother is a utter pervert, and the older sister, who is fairly normal based on her— oh no, look at that, she's a pervert as well. What happens between these 2 perverts? Well, that's what the story's about. Now, this is a special type of show based on your perspective. You may give 2 opinions at best. 1, this is absolute trash, and you may be correct on that. And 2, oh wow, this show is very enjoyable. So either you call it trash straight up from the get-go, but still watch it, or you watch it, enjoy it, and then call it trash. Did you notice? One thing is common. If you start the show, you will finish it. And the reason for that is you are trash. You're trash. I'm trash. Everyone is trash. We're trash. Now then, as I have regained my sanity, let us continue. So coming up next at number 7, we have Hensuki. Oh, good grief, finally a name I could say and my teeth won't fall off. And to talk about this show, this is your typical grade A harem, which takes place in— well, yes, you're correct, your typical high school. I seriously don't know what is up with all these harem anime, which are about 99.99% of the time based on incidents that happen in a normal high school. I mean, at this point, they're kind of overusing it. Even with the middest of the mid setting, this anime offers something new to the table. The story is kind of unique, you may say, compared to most of the harem anime that is, and each of the whole bunch of the characters has their own personality. So you should be able to find that one schoolgirl which you could proudly call your best girl, or waifu, if you want to be even more degenerate. Now, I will admit that I am tasteless trash when it comes to good quality Christian harem animes, but I have to say that I really enjoyed this anime more than almost any other harem anime out there. What was it that SpongeBob said? I'm ugly and I'm proud? Yep, that's it. And next up at number 6, we got Senran Kagura, the story of a bunch of young ninja women who fight the bad guys wearing questionable clothes. And I kinda liked it. Now, before you guys cancel me, let me explain here. There is an academy where secret ninja training is given to those who are willing to fight and to be called a ninja. So the main character is dedicated to following her grandfather and becoming a said ninja. And the story moves on from there. This is a show you have to watch, enjoy, and completely erase and forget about it. Because if you remember it, you will be the one cursing yourself. This show is great and very much perverted, or should I say, greatly perverted. I mean, it's an ecchi anime. Can you blame it? But even I was surprised by the sheer amount of fan service this show provides us with. And apart from that, to be honest, it was a very, very fun time to watch. And actually more so than all the fan service aspects in my opinion. So if you're looking for a fun one-time watch, this show is for you. And just like I said before, watch, enjoy, forget. So anyways, up next for number 5, we have Dororon, Enma-kun, Meeramera. There goes my teeth again. Now to put it basically, this show is about a hot-headed dude, a half-naked girl, a lusty frog, and a talking hat. And one little girl. And this group has to save, what do they get? Oh, the world! Well, all the people living on the planet, they are doomed. Yep, no doubt about it. Oh, and guess what they have to fight against? A squid, a pot. I don't want to continue. This is basically an anime based on the typical supernatural 70s manga with a whole bunch of ecchi elements mixed into it. As a result, the humor is, well, mostly nonsense and is driven by classic manga or anime references. Girls getting stripped naked, guys getting poked in the ass, or dirty jokes. And somehow most of them work. For me, that is. You may call this one old-fashioned, but I still had a bunch of fun watching this. And I shall ask you to do the same as well. And that's it for this one. I have nothing more to tell. Moving on, up next at number 4, we got HenSemi. With this, we have improved. Because this time we are not talking about ecchi stuff happening in high school, but rather ecchi stuff happening in universities. Fuck, we're still in the school setting, but at least it improved. Here, the main character is a nice and somewhat innocent university student who joins an abnormal physiology seminar. Except it's run by a creepy professor, and you can't guess what happens next. But don't go too far. This is not a hentai, so don't loosen your perverted mind too much. And still, those innocent souls are confused about what happens next, so let me put all of this in another way. Welcome to HenSemi, where all that is socially unacceptable and downright disgusting can be used for educational purposes. The students are tasked with coming up with reports on these subjects and experiencing them firsthand. And the only reason you might end up seeing it just like I did is its humor. And that is the best and probably the only intriguing thing about the show. It doesn't offer that much to begin with, but still, it's a nice watch. Now, bringing us to the top 3, we have Fuuka. Now we are back to the etchiness in the high school settings. Here, the main character moves to a different city. But on the first day, he probably has the most memorable day of his life. He is misunderstood by a girl, so she breaks his cell phone and slaps him. And guess what? She goes to the same high school. This couldn't have been better. And what happens after that? Well, you're gonna have to check it out for yourself. Now, you may not like this anime, call it trash and hate it, but life is too short for all this crap, man. No need to look at the bad sides. You don't have to act like a bully. You have no enemies. So look on the bright side. It is an ecchi anime, yes, but this is also a rom-com as well as a musical anime. And I felt like all of them worked really well together. Through all the shitty fan service shows and idol music anime airing for the season, the two categories overlapped at this show, and this one might give you a breath of fresh air. So enjoy it while you can, you won't regret it, I promise. If you like these types of shows, that is. And up next, we have the runner-up for today's video. So, welcoming us at number 2 is Ladies vs. Butlers. Now, as weird as the title sounds, believe me, this anime is even weirder. It's about a main character who lost his parents and gets adopted by his uncle. So to help them financially, he attends a boarding school where you can train to be either a butler or a maid. But simply due to his appearance, he scares the ever-living hell out of the ladies. Now that's enough for the story, I won't tell anymore, I have spoiled enough. Ladies vs. Butlers is an ecchi harem comedy that does little to break the chain of we don't need a story as long as there are boobs type shows that we see nowadays. Almost all the characters fall perfectly within a typical stereotype, one way or another, and don't really see anything in the way of character development. But that's not what brought this anime to this position. It is its comedy and the setting. And there are more than that, but I am not going to tell all of them. You can't rely on your boy all the time. This time, you gotta adventure out for yourself. But now is the time you've all been waiting for. Now is the time to reveal the best ecchi anime there is. And the #1 spot goes to TenPuru. Now, to put it simply here, the main character is a pervert like every other ecchi anime. But he is not a pervert because he wants to be. For some reason, he idolizes his father and wants to be like him. And his father is, I know you have already guessed it, he was a pervert. So our dude decides to become a monk and a pervert at the same time. And seeing my not-so-good synopsis, you may think, what is so special about this one? Well, let me explain. This show is packed with faint humor, some of the moments are pure nonsense, and this show knows it. The anime does not take itself too seriously and does not expect us to either. So if you complete the requirements, you are in for a hell of a ride. But anyways, that's the list, guys. So if you guys were able to make it this far, please be sure to comment on which shows you have watched or which shows you are going to be watching. Note that none of these shows are actually the best in the ecchi genre. Just go and watch Redo of a Healer and World's End Harem, if that is what you're looking for. But all of these shows are very enjoyable, and these are what I would like to recommend to you guys. Also, on your way out, be sure to hit the subscribe button and press on that bell icon. It says all to be notified about all our latest new videos. And I mean, come on, man. Haven't I worked hard? But as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.